Hello and welcome to 1977. Tom Watson just won the Masters, beat a man named Jack Nicklaus. Kind of a big deal. Hogan was kind of at its peak where it seemed like so many people were playing Hogan irons, and they have the laminate drivers too. This is a curved sole driver released in 1977. Let's get this on the review table and have a closer look. To identify the curved sole Hogan laminate, it is kind of a curved sole, you'll notice, especially this sole plate. On the sole plate, no radial, nothing, predates that, so there's just the one wood here, Hogan in script, etched into the sole plate, which is aluminum. You can see it showing through here. 4-screw H-pattern sole plate, like Hogan. Nothing around here on the skirt. The face is interesting. It's an inverted Y. There's 4 screws holding it in place. You'll notice this particular one has some plastic here, some filler. It's been filled, which means it's been used a lot. And the strike pattern you can see, anywhere from toe-y to heel-y, it gets a fair amount of, this one obviously got a fair amount of use. Looking here, you can see it is pinned. I'm not sure if that's going to show up, but it is pinned. We move up to the whipping. A little ferrule right here. There's a little sticker, red line ferrule right there. This looks like an no, this is pretty consistent stepped shaft. I can't read the number on here. The higher the number, the more stiff it is, I believe. I put the sticker on here, 1977, just to remind me of the year. And this one has a lambkin Permatac grip. So, lovely Hogan wood. Last fall, I took this out to the range, and let's watch that footage.
It's a beautiful day, a beautiful November day here in the Wisconsin. And we have an interesting Hogan club here. At least I think it's interesting. The idea of like Hogan in this decade still releasing like normal sized drivers, not deep face. Like my favorite Hogan drivers that I play are like the solid persimmon deep face drivers, like from the 80s, like 1980. And so something like this really is an eye opener. I mean, looking down at it, it's not offensive. It looks like you're hitting a 3-wood, which isn't like impossible to hit. So it's just not deep face, and it's not persimmon. There's no speed slot, just this radiused round sole. Nice black finish on top. Nothing offensive about it. Let's see what comes out. That was a pretty straight one. Maybe a little pulley from my stance, but had a great flight on it. Felt good. I broke my tee. So we'll tee another one up. The joys. The joys of hitting a laminate. Yeah, but looking at it with the face insert protruding into the crown there, I mean, really, nothing about it. I imagine this being more of a ball striker's driver, which I am not. I'm more of a just flail kind of a driver. See, that one was heely, and it told me it was heely, but it's coming back. Wow. So it's a small package, and yet forgiving. What next? So I hit a pretty reasonable one. Oh, I just snapped my tee trying to push it back. Looks like it's good for one more though. All right, let's see what we can get out of this. Let's see what we get out of this one. I hit a heel. I hit a pretty good one. Let's see if I can toe one or something. We'll see what happens. That one was a little bit thin, but it spun up, and the slightest fade on it looked good. Well, I could play this. But would I play this? When you think about deep face drivers, it's like deep face compared to what? This. Like oversized compared to what? This. So, I don't know. Hogan, I think Ping might have you beat on the forgiving, large, inviting laminates. But as a driver goes, I mean, this is very serviceable. Let me know if you have memories with this or thoughts in the comments below.
This club feels okay on the range. You watch the end of this video, there'll be some data collection in a simulator, and you can see some data. I had tendonitis in that video, so I wasn't swinging very hard. But this club is forgotten history by a lot of Ben Hogan enthusiasts, Hogan Club enthusiasts. It's kind of like, oh, we'll pretend that didn't happen. They made lovely irons. Everybody agrees with that. And they made some good drivers, but like some of the laminate stuff, like the curved sole here, just kind of like people don't want to talk about it. Why? To me, this is the equivalent of a modern mini driver. Not in distance or technology, or I'm talking about like the type of person that this is catering to, the demographic, the group, the audience for this club. The buyer of this club is a precision ball striker, and that's what their specialty is. Not swing speed. They don't, it's just precision. They can hit the ball well. That's what we're looking at here. That's kind of like mini drivers. They want to focus in on just getting that ball strike perfect. This is it. Now, for me personally, now these are my opinions, and thank goodness we live in a society where all opinions are welcome. Okay, so hopefully lots of you have different opinions, but for me, I'm always looking for the biggest and most forgiving thing so I can just slug this thing as hard as I can. That's what I do with driver. Okay, there are some people out there who want to hit a 3-wood. Yes, thank you for being different. Yes, thank you for, and there are other people who like the mini drivers. Thank you. It's good to have that variety in life. And that's what this is. It seems like to me. Okay. Now, I would not play this club if I'm playing vintage. I have another Hogan. This is actually my favorite vintage driver to play right now, is I have this Hogan. I don't even remember what year this is. 1980. So 3 years after this came out. This is just a deep face Hogan Persimmon. Can you see the difference in face size here? Sometimes if you switch them, they look different, but whatever. This is substantially bigger. And to me, it feels, don't know how true it is, it feels more forgiving. And it's solid persimmon, so in my opinion, it's just cooler because it's a solid hunk of wood. When it comes down to performance, I suspect they're very similar. But I love this driver. So when it comes to this, it's worth remembering that for decades and decades, and maybe still to this day, good players don't need tons of forgiveness. Good players don't need huge clubs. Do you remember this in the 2000s when they were coming out with the 460cc drivers? It was like, well, good players don't need a driver that big. Now, how many pros play 460cc drivers? Most of them. So, back in the day, worth remembering, the Hogan curved sole. This was a time where, they were trying to get golf, trying to spread golf like wildfire. Laminates, less expensive. Laminates, very durable. They're not going to crack at the back of the neck. Every time I buy a persimmon, I always inspect it very carefully on the back of the neck to see if there's any cracking. Because if there's cracking back there, that whole head can shatter or just break off of the shaft. It's a problem. So keep an eye out for that. But with laminates, I've never seen that. It's just not generally a problem to have that crack down the back because it's just not a solid chunk of wood. It's laminate. So I get the appeal, and I get the demographic, and I get this club. Not for me, but definitely an amazing snapshot in golf equipment history. The Ben Hogan curved sole laminate. Let me know your thoughts, memories. Let me know what your favorite driver from the 70s was. Was it McGregor? Is it Hogan? Is it Wilson? Is it Spalding? There are tons of great ones. Let me know in the comments below. To all the people on Patreon who support this channel, thank you. Thank you so much for your support. It means so much to me. Patreon is a place where you can go to support content creators or artists, musicians, whatever it may be. And the people on Patreon who support this channel really make this channel possible. It gives me emotional support to just carry on, keep doing what I'm doing. So thank you to everybody on Patreon. You know who you are. And if you want, I always ask when I get a new patron if they would like their name in the credits. And for those that said yes, I'm going to put their names up here and give them credit for the support and their support of this channel. And with the help of patrons, I've been able to make the largest collection of vintage club videos on YouTube. So thank you to everybody on Patreon one more time. If you'd like to join us, just $1 a month, anything helps. It's just general support. Another way you can support this channel is by visiting my Amazon shop. I'll put a link in the description below. I am an Amazon associate. I make proceeds from qualifying purchases. If you enjoy this content, please subscribe. Thank you everybody for watching. I am the Vintage Golfer.